Hi guys. I was going to do eyeshadow off of camera, but I decided why not? I'm going to do at least one eye on camera. I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, or with Morphe, and it is currently my favorite. It is just so beautiful. It's a lot of warm shades. I think I've used this palette in the past to do a makeup look, but I'm going to do one today just for fun. So if you want to watch, feel free. If not, look at the other videos if those were something more interesting. So I'm just taking a transition color, a light brown, and putting it all over my eyelid. My eyelid is already primed and has powder on it to set the primer. And then I'm just taking some warmer shades to do in my crease. When I do my crease, I go up higher and do windshield wiper motions back and forth. And I'm just using a fluffy brush. I'm not using, it's a e.l.f. one from like 10 years ago. And it's my favorite one, even though I have other brushes. Can you hear my children in the background? And this is just kind of giving me it's giving me a transition. That's what it's called. It's the transition shade, so that it makes everything easier to blend. And I'm doing those above my crease, in my crease. It doesn't have to be super precise because other colors are going to be going over the top. And Elliot's sleeping, so that's how loud they are when he's sleeping. So you can see it just kind of creates definition in my crease. And I'm kind of just going with my everyday makeup look because we have a baseball game tonight, so I don't need to be uber glam to go to baseball, even though you know I would, but I'm not gonna today. So I just did those colors. Then I'm taking a little bit of a smaller, more precise pointed brush and taking a little bit of a darker color. I think I'm gonna do this one and maybe mix it with this one. I'm just kind of mixing some colors and just putting that on my outer corner. And this is just a very everyday, typical. And this color that's darker, I'm keeping below my crease. I am not bringing it up higher. I am keeping that all in my outer corner and in my crease. Nothing above my crease. If you do that, it will make you look like you have a black eye. So be cautious. If that happens and all of a sudden, the color got away from you, no big deal. You can just use a lighter shade to try to cover it up. Otherwise, you might have to start over, and that's okay too because it's just makeup. But you don't want to look like you have a black eye. So again, I'm just taking those darker brown colors and just putting it in my crease and outer corner, just to intensify the look. And I love this palette. Is just really easy to blend. Make sure you're blending. Make sure you're not leaving that oh, there's this cute little bird out my window, and it's the cutest thing. Anyways, make sure that you are blending well and you're not leaving like that transition shade and then doing, oh, it almost flew at the window. And then you're doing the outer crease color, and make sure you're blending really well. And then I'm going to take, this is your opportunity to do more of a fun color. So those are just pretty much my typical colors or typical look that I do. And then you really can take any color. There's a ton of like beautiful reds, there's gold, there's a bunch of bronze colors. And this is where I put a more fun color on my lid, and you really could do whatever you wanted. Today I think I'm gonna go with more of a bronze color, and I'm just using a flat brush and wiping it on there. You can use like a setting spray and get it wet to intensify the foiled look, but you don't have to. Like I said, this is more of a less glam look. It's just a pretty typical everyday look for me. I know that sounds crazy because some people are like, that's typical, that's everyday. But I mean, if I'm going to work, I might wear this. If I was, I don't know, doing something, I would wear it. So this is kind of what you have now. The darker color and the bronze on top. I feel like you're not getting a very good idea of what it looks like. The lighting is not great today. But I think you get the idea. That it's just a pretty easy brown, bronzy look. So I just do that, and then I go back with the brush I was using before and go back into those brown colors.
Mama!
What, Nora?
Found that book! It worked!
Oh, can you go put it, can you go put it,
Hi!
can you go put it on the, go. No, don't take it in my room. Elliot's sleeping. Go
Love
put it
you,
on the
Mama.
counter.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye!
Oh, kids. I just re-intensify that dark color and just to reblend. Filming is difficult with 3 awake children, and I can't do it at night because then I won't have good lighting, so you're left suffering with screaming.
I didn't wipe it.
Then I'm just going back into those original shades, and I'm just kind of making sure that's all blended as well, and I just barely touch the product. So your final eyeshadow look would look something like this. Then my last step that I do is take a small brush. This again is just like a 10-year-old e.l.f. brush, just tiny. And I just take a light color and I just put it in the corner of my eye. And this is highlighting the corner of your eye, and my brow bone, which just intensifies it and just kind of brings the whole look together. So that's how I do that. Then when I do my bottom lash, remember you should always do your bottom lash, otherwise it looks very naked. I take those 2 original colors, rub them under my lash line, take the darker color, and I usually only put it on the bottom half, or the very most outer edge right here, just to connect this top color and this bottom color. And then if you're feeling like extra sassy, you can take like a really small brush like this. And this is from Wet n Wild. And you can go back in with that bronze color you used on your crease and just run it really close right here, just to add something extra. And again, you don't have to do that step, it's just something a little extra to make it look a little more fun. Oh, I wish I had good lighting. But that is what your color would look like. So, I hope that was helpful. You can use any palette you want. You could use single shades. It doesn't have to be something like the Jaclyn Hill palette. It can just be some browns, a dark brown, and a shimmer shade. It doesn't have to be anything special. So I hope that helps, and I will do eyeliner next.